everybody, what is going on? It is Dunbar Snackbar here with MLB 13, the show. We've got some more 30 wins with 30 teams. This time we'll be playing as the Chicago Cubs, and we'll be going up against the Milwaukee Brewers. So there's going to be a lot of history to be able to talk about in this one, but I'm not going to be able to get that much time to be able to talk about things, which kind of gives you a hint on how this game is going to end up turning out. So let's get to it, though. I mean, we're going to start off here. Like I was saying, Cubs, a lot of history, though. They date back to 1870 when they were the Chicago White Stockings, and they became the Chicago Colts, the Chicago Orphans. And then in 1907, that's the first season that we saw the Chicago Cubs. So pretty good history right there. I mean, it's not often I get to talk about, though, going back to 1870. So there we go with the first base hit of the game for the Cubs. The Brewers got a base hit earlier in the first inning, but really didn't get a chance to show it. Anthony Rizzo at the plate, and this has got to be one of the greatest defensive moves that I have seen the computer do. Ricky Weeks with a great dive to be able to start up the double play that ends the first inning. Bottom of two, Nate Cheerholtz going to take this one into right field for a hit. So, we'll get some things started off right here. We've got some good offense. All right. So, with the man on first, this one goes right to Ricky Weeks, who starts off another double play. So, 2 innings. They both end with 4-6-3 double plays. I can't stand that. All right. But kind of answer back with some great defense as Darwin Barney goes ahead and gets the throw on over to first. A good throw while in the air. So, wasn't as cool as that dive that we saw from Ricky Weeks, but I'll take that one. All right. Ooh, behind the bag. 2 great defensive plays in this game. And it's not often I get to actually do a lot with defense. I know that as far as fielding goes, like diving and stuff, that is my biggest struggle. So I always get excited about stuff like that. Darwin Barney with a great hit in the left center. Easily going to be able to round first. Head on over to second. That is a great throw from center. Barney, of course, safe. But if that throw had been spot on, I think Ricky Weeks could have been able to apply the tag and get Barney out by actually a pretty fair amount. All right, Samardzija at the plate. Going to go ahead and lay down the bunt to get Barney on over to third. So, could be able to bring him home right here if we can go ahead and get a base hit to start things off with Starlin Castro. Counts full, so I could be walked right there, but instead, slap that one on the ground and an easy throw on over to first to be able to end that inning without any runs. Here's Ryan Braun up at the plate. Full count yet again, but he's going to get walked. So with Samardzija, I've had some problems when it comes to accuracy with the pitches, which has been kind of frustrating. But, I mean, it hasn't been necessarily too bad. But the throw not going to be there is Braun. Slides head first into second and is safe. So this is not good. We've got Braun on second. 1 out. 0-1 count. So it's going to go over to Barney at second. We'll get the out at first, but Ryan Braun advances on over to third. Full count again. Yes. It was not a walk there. Starlin Castro gets the throw to go ahead and end the inning there. So still no runs in the game. In the top of 5. Ricky Weeks, who's had a great defensive game, gets some offense going with that base hit. Now, Ricky Weeks, for some reason, I thought had a lot more speed and base running ability than what the computer gives him. I think it's like at a 50-something. No, 64. Still, I would have thought 70s, even 80s maybe. I guess I'm just off. And I know I think like Jamil Weeks and everything too. But anyway, runners first and second. Now, we're going to see a little bunt, but that's going to go straight up. Make the catch. That was just a free out right there. Okay, so back to the history here. So the Cubs have actually played at Wrigley Field since 1916. So I think it's pretty cool that pretty soon we're going to be looking at the 100th anniversary of Wrigley Field. So it was also called Cubs Park from 1920 to 1926, and is that Weekman Park, 1916 to 1920. So, but still 100 years. I think that's going to be cool. I mean, it was really awesome when Fenway Park had their 100 years, and then we'll get to see Wrigley's here pretty soon, too. That'll be awesome. Anyway, strikeout to go ahead and get out of the inning. So still no runs, even though we've been in a jam here for a couple innings. It's kind of nice to know Samardzija and the Cubs have been able to get out of it. Gosh, another one that goes into left center. Get around first. Get on over to second, and I'm safe again. All right. Gotta be careful on that one. All right, so now that we've got man in scoring position, we're looking at 2 outs, though. And no big surprise. Not able to go ahead and bring him home. Don't know what it's been these last few games. I'll get a base hit to start things off. I'm not able to bring him home. Ryan Braun up at the plate. All right, so last time that Cubs won the World Series, 1908. They won back-to-back, 07 and 08. Those are the only 2 World Series championships they have. So I would like them to be able to win the World Series. I mean, that's no secret. I'd like to see that curse broken. But as far as players, Ron Santo, Ernie Banks, Ryan Sandberg. I mean, that's pretty awesome. You even got Greg Maddox had his number retired, number 31. But Ferguson Jenkins also had the number 31, which was retired. They were retired on the same day, May 3rd of 2009, but went to both players in that case. Both players definitely deserve it, too. Anyway, bottom of 6, here we go. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Now that I got the base hit, could go ahead and see about potentially advancing on over to second. Really haven't had too many chances to try and steal. I don't think I'll do it necessarily, and would like some more speed. But, oh my gosh, Ricky Weeks, you do it again. Dives for that one and makes the catch. Wow. Talk about the greatest defense I've gone up against. That's definitely Ricky Weeks right there. All right, 7th inning, another single for us. All right. So, Junior Lake at the plate. And hit this one on the ground. That gets into center field. No double play for the Brewers right there. This is the first time, I think, all game that I've had runners on first and second, or at least 2 base runners at the same time. 0-1 count here for Darwin Barney. Could be the hero of this game. Deep fly ball on the left, but Braun will be able to get underneath that one with no problem at all. Top of 8. Still, nobody has been able to go ahead and get a run. Now, it really goes to show that Samardzija has done a pretty good job. Actually, a really good job considering what the Brewers can do offensively. So, a base hit that gets past Samardzija. I'm going to throw it low here. Try and force it on the ground. And that one's going to go on into right. Puts runners on first and second now. This is not looking good, and I've got a couple pitchers who are warming up in the bullpen. Something I always have doing here, or have going on. In about the 4th or 5th inning, I'll start getting people warm, even if I'm not going to use them, because it really doesn't affect their energy in 30 wins with 30 teams. So, Matt Guerrier coming in. So, we'll see what he can take a look at doing. Now, one of the reasons I went with Guerrier here was because he does have some decent stamina. So, if this goes into extra innings, I can probably keep him in here just for a couple more innings. But, laying down the bunt right down the line. I had to do a whole 180 right there before I could go ahead and throw. So, bases are loaded now. In the top of the 8th, no outs. Braun hits this one on the ground, a comebacker. Home and first. You know what? I've never done that in MLB 13 this show. Get the double play, going from home to first, which is why I get the trophy right there. But this is why it's always smart, you know, before you actually start going ahead and pitching, you got to think of, all right, well, what do I do if this happens? And so I was very lucky to go ahead and be quick on my feet here and think about going home rather than just going to second and then first. But we get out of that one. Tremendous throw right there. That was a close call for us. Man, but that was honestly, that was pretty cool. All right, so bottom of the 8th, Starlin Castro at the plate. Now, when I had the Cubs franchise going in MLB 2K11, and I was stealing bases right and left with Starlin Castro because I know the speed that he's got. And it was because of that speed I was able to get that double. Now, that's going to get counted actually as an error, so I think it's going to be scored a single and then an E8. So now Rizzo comes up to the plate, and he's going to get walked. So a smart call actually by the Brewers because now this sets up a double play. So if I hit it on the ground, it's not going to be good for me at all. All right, Navarro gets his chance at the plate. This is good, lefty versus righty. But after striking out earlier, all that was needed was a ground ball. All right, Ricky Weeks, who's been the big man here today for the Brewers, going to hit this one deep. This got me worried. So, be able to track it down just a few feet short of the ivy. And here we are in the bottom of the 9th. So, out number 1, ground ball to Ricky Weeks. Not too surprised by that one. Now, I know I mentioned this in the Lou Gehrig video that I did earlier. I mean, one of the things I've really been struggling with is pitchers who throw the ball a lot slower. So, like right here, there's no fastball to take into account. I mean, everything is going to break. And that's tough for me, especially when you got like an 81-mile-an-hour slider and stuff. So, but I think this is Junior Lake. I'm able to go ahead and connect with this one and have it roll to the ivy. So, I'm going 3. You messed that one up, I'm going to make you pay for it, except if you tag me out. So that's going to be it here for the 9th inning. Here we are in the 10th. All right, so that one's going to go into left field. Brewers starting it off with a single. The question is whether or not I go to the bullpen. I mean, I still have some more energy before it starts getting tired, but I cannot tolerate this. I mean, this is when I pulled out Samardzija, was when I had 2 base runners on. So the decision that I make here is to leave him in. I don't know if this is the right call or the wrong call. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Ooh. Castro just in the right spot to snag that one out of the air for out number 1. Now I've got to keep the ball low in the strike zone, hoping that they're going to go ahead and hit the top part of it and force it on the ground. That's exactly what happens. Darwin Barney to Castro to Rizzo. Ooh. Do you know how many jams I have gotten out of in this game? All right. Wooten coming in to pitch here in the 10th inning. Darwin Barney hitting that one into left field. So he'll get on over to first. And here we go. Now, of course, could be looking at like a walk-off hit, home run, but here comes Ryan Sweeney. So he's going to be coming in the 9th spot, which means I got to go with another pitcher. But there's Darwin Barney heading for second. Not the fastest guy, and I think I surprised the computer. I surprised myself right here as Darwin Barney steals second. Now, he's injured. Oh, man. This is not good. All right, so Barney goes down. Going to bring in Valbuena now to run in his place. Now, put in Valbuena since he also plays second in case we go into extra innings. But the count is full here to Ryan Sweeney. Oh, over the head of Ricky Weeks. Valbuena rounding third, coming home. That is going to be a walk-off double. Man, talk about some awesomeness at the end of this game. Darwin Barney steals second, gets injured in the process, and that sets up the game-winning run here with Valbuena coming in. Pretty sweet. This has got to be the coolest 30 wins with 30 teams that I have had so far. Great win. Action-packed. A lot of pressure and everything at the end. So thanks for watching, you guys. I sure do appreciate it. More of this to come later on, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, all that great jazz. But you guys are phenomenal people. You really are. Thank you again for watching, you guys. And as always, I hope you have a good one.